Hi guys, I'm Isha and I teach IELTS and PTE. I have been observing that many of the students are actually facing difficulty in the describe image question after the changes that have taken place in the PTE exam. This video is going to be a foolproof video for you that is going to help you in the updated template of describe image of 2025 along with the proper do's and don'ts that you should know before attempting this question. Let's discuss about the scoring criteria of describe image question. In total, this is of 15 marks. 5 marks will go to your content, 5 for fluency and 5 for pronunciation. But let's assume that your content is not relevant. Then artificial intelligence, that is AI, is going to flag your answer and then it is going for human check. If the human check finds out that actually your answer is not relevant to what is given in the image, you are going to get straight away 0 for your content. And if your content becomes 0, then you get a 0 in fluency as well as in pronunciation as well. So make sure that whatever information you are providing in your answer should be relevant, should be actually related to whatever is given in the image. Let's discuss about the do's and don'ts of describe image. The very first thing is that you will be getting the preparation time of 25 seconds and then you have to speak for around 40 seconds. Organize your data well. Utilize your preparation time in the most efficient way possible. How you can organize? You can find out the highest number, the lowest, and anything which is equal as well. We are going to discuss as well with some sample answers in the upcoming part of the video. Also, I want to mention that you have to speak for at least 30 to 35 seconds. Also, the speed that you have to follow should be moderate. It should be neither too fast nor too slow. Now, let's move on to the don'ts of describe image question. Please do not use the memorized template or the old templates such as there is a very beautiful image in front of me. Let me have a look at it for 40 seconds. I can see this, I can see this. These kinds of templates are not going to work anymore. Apart from that, as I have told you that you have to cover the relevant information, but that doesn't mean that you have to cover each and every information that is given in the image, because it is practically not possible to elaborate and discuss about everything in detail in 40 seconds. So try to cover the major points from the image. Also, adding something irrelevant or something that is not given in the image is not going to fetch you marks. Let's move on to the updated template of describe image of 2025. Many of my students have used this template and they have got 90 out of 90 in their speaking module. Here are few of our latest results. So this is the universal template that you can follow. We are just going to make a little bit of changes in different types of questions such as bar graph or any random image that you are going to get. Let's discuss about this template. So this template says the bar graph, line graph, pie chart or picture illustrates the information about. The x-axis represents and the y-axis represents. So it can be noted that, however, it can be observed that another highlighting feature is, overall, it can be inferred that. If you find the word inferred difficult, you can even say, overall, it can be concluded that. Now let's discuss this template in detail. Let's understand this question with the help of the sample bar graph that you're able to see. As you can see over here, the topic says weekly broadcast hours by program type. So in the first line, we will say the bar graph illustrates the information about weekly broadcast hours by program type. As you can see that on x-axis, we can find out the program type and on y-axis, we have broadcast hours per week. So in the template, we are going to fit in like this. The x-axis represents the program types and we can mention 1 or 2 names such as, drama, news and sports. And the y-axis represents the broadcast hours per week from 0 to 25. Now we have to look for something which is highest or something that is maximum in the image. As we are able to see that the maximum thing is news, which is around 25 hours per week. So we are going to say now, so it can be noted that the maximum broadcast hours are in the category of news, which is around 25 hours per week. And now we have to find out something which is minimum. In the image, documentary part is minimum, which is just having around 5 hours per week. So we'll be saying, however, it can be observed that the minimum broadcast hours are in the category of documentary, which is around 5. In the next point, which is another highlighting feature, is that in this point, you can talk about any aspect which is equal, and if there is nothing that is equal in the image, you can discuss about, or you can just compare other two elements as well. So here I am just about to say that another highlighting feature is that sports and drama, as they are having the difference of 5 broadcast hours per week, so we can say another highlighting feature is that sports and drama are having the difference of 5 broadcast hours per week. Or if you don't want to say it like that, you can say that sports is having the broadcast hours of around 20 hours per week, whereas drama is having having the broadcast hours of 15 hours per week. That will also be correct. And in the last line, we'll be saying overall it can be inferred that. Again, we have to repeat about something which is maximum and minimum in the image. So we'll say, but without using any numbers. So overall, it can be inferred that news is the maximum and documentary is the minimum. Now, we don't have to mention the numbers over here. We'll be just representing the maximum and the minimum part again. If you will speak like this, you'll be able to speak for around 30 to 35 seconds easily. The best part over here is to utilize your preparation time. In your preparation time, you can have notes where you can write down the maximum, the minimum, and something which is equal or any other aspect that you're going to discuss about. So now let's understand the sample of a pie chart with this template. Now I'm going to help you to utilize your preparation time in an efficient way. In 25 seconds, you can quickly note down in your notes the maximum, minimum, or any other highlighting feature. For example, in this image, the maximum is of smart bulbs, which is around 30%. Minimum is in the category of others, which is 10%, and there is nothing equal. So I've just noted down two other aspects, which is smart speaker 25% and smart security 20%. If you don't want to note down and you think you can directly speak, that is also fine. Whatever makes you comfortable and whatever you think is going to make you more fluent, go for that method. Now we are going to follow the template. Also, in the case of pie chart, there is no x-axis and y-axis, so we are just going to directly chuck that line and we'll just follow the same template now. So here we go. The pie chart illustrates the information about the market share of smart home devices, because that's the topic that is given, and then we'll say, so it can be noted that the maximum is in the category of smart bulbs, which is around 30%. However, it can be observed that the minimum market share is in the category of others, which is around 10%. Another highlighting feature is that smart speaker share is 25% and smart security share is around 20%. Overall, it can be inferred that smart bulbs are the maximum, whereas others is the minimum. Now let's move on to one of the most confusing questions, that is, many of the students say that they face issues in the random image question. Now let's talk about the random image. I know many students actually face issues whenever we discuss about a random image, that what we have to say, there is nothing here, but let's make it super easy. Again, I'm going to follow the same template in an efficient way. In your preparation time, you have to divide the image in right, left, and center. If you're not able to divide in right, left, and center, divide it from top to bottom. In this image, as you can see on my screen, we'll divide it in right, left, and center. In the right hand side, we're able to see that there is a man and a woman who are looking at each other and talking to each other. And then on right hand side, there is a grandmother, along with two children in her lap. And in the center, we can say that there is a man, or we can say a grandfather who's having food. Yeah, this is a picture of a happy family, and also there's a lot of food on the dining table, right? So it's all about our observation, that how much we're able to observe, and just divide it into different portions, and then we're going to speak. So here I'll say I can assume that this is a happy family. We're just having dinner together. So I can say the picture illustrates the information about the happy family. So now we're going to discuss about right hand side of the image first, then left hand side, and then whatever is happening in the middle. So we'll say, so it can be noted that on the left hand side, a man and a woman are looking at each other and laughing. However, it can be observed that on the right hand side, a grandmother is sitting with two children. Another highlighting feature is that in the middle, there is a grandfather who is sitting and enjoying his meals. Overall, it can be inferred that a lot of food is present on the dining table, which includes juices, fruits, and breads. Now, students, we need to understand this thing over here, that there is no such rule of vocabulary or grammar. There is no such rule that you have to use heavy words or heavy vocabulary words. You can keep your answer as simple as possible. As far as it is relevant to whatever is given in the image, it should be completely fine. Apart from that, one more thing that you need to keep in mind is that do not talk about colors. In our previous templates, as we used to say that in this image, I can see red, blue, black color. No, that's not something that is allowed now. So I hope that this question of describe image was clear to you. If you get any random image, don't worry about it. Whatever you are able to think in that scenario, you can just directly speak that. Divide it in top and bottom as well, and I think it will make the process easy for you. You can learn this universal template. Many of my students have followed this and they were able to get really good scores. Apart from that, if you're looking forward to get the updated template of Read, Tell, Lecture that many of my students have used in 2025, you can comment down in the comment section just template of Read, Tell, practical lecture, and my team is going to provide you with that as well. So I just want to say you goodbye for today's video. If you're looking forward to get any assistance for IELTS, PT or NATI, we have our institute here in Blacktown, Sydney, and we do provide online classes globally. You can also follow us on our socials, which is Instagram, Facebook, as well as TikTok. I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you.